Alrighty, old gatekeeper here. About 1:30 in the morning or so. Alrighty, what we got going on here? I have a good buddy of mine that had an idea about some new transistors that he wanted to try out. He has been on the search for some transistors to use pretty much in Toshiba's place. And he's a pretty big fan of Motorola transistors and such, and so he was kind of just trying to find a transistor that was equal to, if not a little bit better, possibly than a Toshiba 2879. So he did some research and he came across these Motorola MRF 421s. And if you look at them, they're 100-watt devices, just like 2879s. And they also seem to have some other positive, if you take a look at the data sheet, they seem to be a little bit more efficient. You'll see that here in a moment. And he just came to me and asked me if I could attempt to do a build with these in a 1x4 configuration. So I just kind of went with the knowledge that I have of Motorola's and just did my best. And this is the first test of this amplifier. I went ahead and utilized a 4-wrap on the input and output transformers. Okay, the driver here is a 3 and a 3. This is the MRF 455 double orange dot, highest gain that you can get with a 455. The beta gain is the highest, being the double orange right there. So as you can see, I got trimmers at every tuning point in this amp. Trimmer here, trimmer there on the output, trimmer here on the input of the 4, and a trimmer back here. A little heavier duty trimmer back there. So as it sits, this thing's pretty much performing pretty dang right on key with a Toshiba 2879. Now the only downfall is these devices are over $70 a piece. Well, like I said, this is test number 1. What we're going to do is we're going to take a wrap off this and go with the same wrap I normally go with my Toshibas, and go with a 3 and 3 on here. And we'll do some retuning and everything and see what it does after that. But here's what this bad boy is doing right here. And I'll tell you another thing. This thing ain't got no problem dead keying 600 watts either, man. Alright, so we're just going to hit it with the hot radio. The bench radio is yielding pretty much the same results as a Toshiba 1x4 would be, which is about 300, a little bit over 300 watts RMS. Position my leg over here. Alrighty, so we're putting 8 watts RMS into this thing. Go ahead and turn my dead key up just a little bit here. And a little bit up. Okay. Alrighty, 1,000 watt slug. On the 100 amp supply on the high tap. Oh, yeah. I get that just that right tone, and do a little bit more. Oh, yeah. So it's right there about 400 watts RMS. Now take a look at the voltage drop here. 15.8 volts. Now I was trying a 1x4 on here a little earlier, and it was dropping down to about 13.8 on the supply here. So this is actually producing the same amount of power with less amperage. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. About 410. Alrighty. We're going to take the 1000-watt slug out. I'm putting a 2500-watt slug in. Okay, and we're going to read the peak. So right there at the 10 on the top scale is 1000 watts. Oh, right there under 1000. See, it was doing 1000 earlier. I don't know if it's just a difference in the line voltage or whatever. I was thinking about that earlier, actually. I need to get this supply right here hooked in straight to on its own little dedicated line there, but it was doing 1000 earlier, and it was doing a little bit more bird earlier too. As other builders know out there, it happens just because different appliances are on at your house. It draws a little less amperage on the line and all that good stuff. Oh, so that's about 900, 950 watts peak. Like I said earlier, I was getting dead nuts on 1000. And I was getting right about 425, 450. And so that's it right now. She's pretty right there in the numbers of a regular Toshiba 1x4 pretty much. So what we're going to try next is we're going to drop these wraps from 4 down to 3. I might even play a little bit with these transformers, increasing, decreasing the capacitance here. Right now I have 680s on here, which is usually a pretty good one to go with on the Motorola's. And we'll do that. So this is just test number 1, and it's looks very promising. So we'll be back.